Addis Ababa is urbanizing at an increasing rate. Mobility problems and related negative impacts of motorized traffic and associated road safety issues remain a big challenge for the city, particularly for pedestrians and cyclists, who represent more than a half of road users in Addis Ababa. In spite of the widespread use of non-motorized mode, transport planning, and the provision of infrastructure in Addis Ababa has so far been largely car-centered, underestimating the importance of NMT. Many streets lack continuous walkways, well-designed pedestrian crossing, traffic calming measures, and safe facilities for cycling.
I've been cycling for about 6 years in Addis, and most of the time I use it to visit my family, to go to work, and also do my errands and do grocery shopping. Among the three main challenges I consider to be a problem for cyclists in Addis, one is infrastructure. Infrastructure being cycling paths that are safe and separate from other motor vehicles.
በየቦታው በየክፍለ ከተማውና ፓርኪንግ እንዲሰራ ራይዲንግ ደግሞ በዛ ላይ ለምን የብስክሌት ራይዲንግ ቢኖር ሁሉም ይጠቀማል ተጠቃሚ ለምን ገንዘብ የሌላቸው ሰዎች በትንሽ ገንዘብ ይጠቀማሉ.
And the other challenge is that a few years ago when I was cycling and there were school students coming out of school and the youngest girl among them said, "Oh, can women cycle?" And the boy beside her, who was in about his early teens, said, "But you see, she's slower than the boy that's cycling beside her." So there's a general attitude towards women that cycling is not for them, but there's also generally among cyclists, there is the attitude that it's not for the city and it's not safe to cycle in the city, and particularly from motor vehicles that they feel that the road belongs to them and cyclists shouldn't share it, and they're viewed as a nuisance. So this definitely is something that has to change in order to promote cyclists and in order for cyclists to feel safe and encouraged in the city. But saying that, I also find a lot of encouragement, particularly from women on the streets, saying that do it more. But I also want to reach a point where cyclists don't have to be encouraged and that it is a norm to cycle within the city.
Cities around the world are experiencing a surge in cycling during this COVID-19 pandemic. It is essential that decision makers advise green mobility goals through the promotion of cycling and keep the momentum going also in the post-pandemic time.
One great lesson we learned during the pandemic is that having non-motorized transport alternative and provision of good public transport is not only a matter of demand and supply for transport services, rather it is a tool to shape our health practices.
The Ethiopian government has recognized the urgency to act now in cities after many years of suffering from congestion, worsening air qualities, and poor access to employment and educational opportunities by launching the national NMT strategy on June 3, 2020.
We, high-level government officials, city mayors, regional heads, and those concerned stakeholders should come together and work hard to reduce urban congestion, pollution, and to bring the benefits of non-motorized transport that enhances mobility and accessibility in our cities and towns.
We have tried to make the walking infrastructures to be inclusive for partially abled pupils too. We have started to incorporate cycling infrastructures in newly designed roads and newly constructed roads. We have also given TOT trainings for different stakeholders, including bike rentals, primary school teachers, bike volunteer groups, NGOs. We train them how to ride a bike, how to ride a bike safely. We have also given them how to maintain bike spare parts. We are undergoing a study of bike share system in Addis together with F.D.R.E and UNHabitat. After this feasibility study, hopefully we will have some more bike infrastructures in Addis so that we can start the bike share system in Addis. We also undergoing an urban cycle network study. Already about 200 kilometers of Addis roads has been identified to be bike-friendly roads.
Our ministry has planned to make every last Sunday of the month a day of non-motorized transport practices that will eventually change the attitude of public towards street use and the importance of non-motorized transport. I call upon all Ethiopian urban residents to become aware of the benefits of non-motorized transport practices
In car-free days, we train together with volunteers how to ride bicycles for kids. Other activities like we do kids painting, is a competition for kids, how to paint road safety ideas.
ሳይክል መልመድ የፈለኩት በጣም ደስ የሚል ስፖርት ስለሆነ አንዳንዴ ካር ፍሪ ዴይ ሲዘጋ መኪና ሲዘጋ እነዳለሁ ሰፈሬ እዚህ ግሪኔራም አለ እኛ ሰፈር እዛም እነዳለሁ።
ልጆች በልጅነታቸው ጀምሮ ሳይክል መማር ለምንድነው ጥሩ የሚያስፈልጋቸው? ቀለል አድርገው ቶሎ ለመማር ይችላሉ። በዛ ላይ ደስ እያላቸው የሚሰሩት ስፖርት ነው።
And I call upon investors and donors to collaborate with us to support and engage in this vibrant initiative. We would like to take this opportunity to thank UN Road Safety Fund, UNHabitat, ITDP, and all other partners for the ongoing support to make our streets safer for pedestrians and cyclists. I want everybody to remember, if we have a good walking streets, no city is too large for anyone to walk and cycle and reach its intended destination. As we said it, and there's silence. We'll get there.
ሳይክል ስነዳ በጣም ፍሪ እንደሆንኩ ነው የሚሰማኝ።